Just another outlet or an excuse not to write, to use it.
I think it's...
Yes.
Karen, could you sit or like that?
You've got a stage manager in the audience.
Sorry. Is that better? I think it depends on who you ask about blogs and writing as to whether they're becoming more important or not. Because I think myself that blogging is becoming much more mainstream in terms of production and acceptability.
It's so easy. It's so easy now. You just get a template, write it, and just fill the world with your dribble. Not your blog, but my blog and my mother's.
You'll have to tell me. I didn't
know
you had a blog.
No, I don't. I'm just elaborating. Yeah.
For me personally, the blog was, I started the blog 2 years ago as a way of getting back into writing. Because I think most bloggers are journalists, as in the personal diary type,
yeah.
and a lot of writers as well. And I find it quite a fluid sort of back and forth between blogging. When people make a line between blogging and writing, I don't really see why there needs to be that distinction. And I think because the mainstream sort of media or media types or people who don't understand the increase of blogging sort of beat down on it because they don't understand it.
But just going to quote you, you might have forgotten you said this. When we first talked about Surprise and being part of the Melbourne Writers Festival, and you said that sometimes you resented blogging because it stopped you writing. And you also said that I just don't think it's writing.
Well, I had this conversation earlier tonight actually. It was one of the people I met during the week. She said, I went to your blog and I love it. And she goes, how do you find the time? Like, don't you find that it just, how do you do it basically? And I said, well, I'm getting to the point now where, okay, 500 words that I write on the blog is 500 words that's been taken away from other projects that I do want to work on, but I just can't devote that mental space to. Whereas with the blog I can, because, you know, it's quick, it's easy to do, and it's because I write about in my blog the things that are very immediate to me, because it's about everyday life and things like that. That, you know, I just want to get down and get out and sort of purge in that way. And when I say it like that, I say it like it's very quick. And that. And some posts are like that. I can just talk about anecdotes about my children every once in a while when I have the time and I have the energy to devote. I do craft a post every so often. That's like what I call real writing. And they're the ones that are most often sort of, I get a lot of feedback on from emails and such that say, oh, that was a really nice post. So, yeah, I do try. I mean, I try to juggle them both on the blog and in my time.
It was top 100 voted for a while?
Well, there's a ranking list called the top 100 that sort of takes, it's quite a mathematical thing how they come up with the top 100 list, but it comes down to things like a Technorati ranking and Alexa ranking and how you're doing at those in any given month that you come in this list or not.
And just to round off talking about blog before we talk about Surprise, do you think it's possible being a writer and not having an identity? I'm just going back to last Sunday we were talking to Swan Howe, the author of Notes for 10 at Underground. And she's saying, oh no, I'm really uncomfortable with it, I don't really like doing it. But she has a blog, and also when I was sort of researching her before the festival, finding that she was posting beyond people's reviews on Amazon, and she had an amazing online presence, where someone said, oh no, I don't really think it's important. So,
do I think it's important?
Yeah, do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible not to have that interaction with readers? And
now?
Yeah.
I think for me it would be hard to wean myself off that kind of immediate tap into a collective sort of mentality and dialogue, and because I remember last year when I heard Corey Doctorow come to the Melbourne Writers Festival last year, and he said, and someone said something disparaging about the internet, and he goes, well, I don't know what internet you're reading, but I'm reading an internet that's dynamic and vibrant and so impassioned that obviously he wouldn't want to be away from it. And either would I really, but I suppose that there may come a time where I'll have to make a choice between blogging and writing, and I hope that won't be too soon.